Welcome back where we talk about faith, life, and purpose. God has been dealing with me about new wine and how He wants to pour the new wine within you to enrich your lives. And I began to think about how He had taught His disciples about how you can't put new wine in old wineskins. And in Matthew 9:17 it says, "Neither do people pour new wine into old wineskins. If they do, the skins will burst. The wine will run out and the wineskins will be ruined. No, they pour new wine into new skins and both are preserved." So, if we look back in ancient times, in order for them to ferment the wine, they would have had to store them in leather pouches where, like what they call the wineskins. Now, the wine in the traditional wineskins, also known as bottle bags, they stay good for only 2 to 3 days. And that's only because the classic bottles have direct contact with air, and they are made of porous leather and natural resin, and oxygen can degrade the wine quickly. So, one of the reasons it's not good to put new wine in old wineskins is because once it has been used, the leather will harden and lose its elasticity. The new wineskin is made of supple leather that have been stretched to accommodate the new wine. And as the new wine is going through the fermentation stage, it begins to bubble and then it starts to release gases. Now, the bubbling and releasing of gases will cause the wineskin to expand. Hence, why it's not good to put new wine in old wineskin. Remember, the old wineskin, once it has been used, it begins to harden and loses its elasticity. So, if you were to put the good new wine in the old bag, it's just going to burst and then you done lost all the good stuff. And so when Jesus was teaching, He used this analogy of the wineskins when teaching His disciples. He was teaching them that in order to perceive and receive the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, power, and authority that He wanted to transfer unto them, they would first have to let go of all their limiting beliefs. Personal transformation requires a change in our mindsets. And Jesus was tearing down old religious systems that was keeping the people bound rather than setting them free. And it says in Isaiah 43:19, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in a wasteland." So remember, you cannot force new revelatory ideas and ways of life into outdated structures and mindsets without destroying them both. And that's what Jesus did. He started a revolution that totally changed the trajectory of not only history, but people's lives. So when you step out of the past, meaning discard your old wineskin, you begin to trust God in dry and difficult seasons, meaning you're going through the fermentation stage, because it's a process. He's not just going to give you the good of Him without you releasing and surrendering the old and getting rid of what no longer serves you, serves a purpose in your life, or probably have not even ever served a purpose in your life and done any good for you. Or if it's probably keeping you stagnant and stuck. And so He wants to cleanse you. He wants to stretch you. He wants to take you through a fermentation stage and discard your old wineskin. So let's go back. Step 1, step out of the past, discard your old wineskin. Step 2, trust God in the dry and difficult seasons as you're going through that fermentation stage. It ain't going to be easy. But He got you. He's going to continue to wash you, cleanse you, and make sure that process is good all the way through. And then once you go through the fermentation stage, you will get to receive and experience the best quality of life and sustain it. That new wine, that fresh wine, that wine that is of good quality. And so miracles, signs, and wonders begin to spring up. What eyes have not seen nor ears heard began to spring up. The exceedingly abundantly above all that you could have ever thought or imagined begin to spring up. Allow God to deprogram you. Get rid of your limiting beliefs. Allow Him to pour into you the new wine, into a new body, a new wineskin, so you can hold and maintain all that He wants to give you, because it's going to bless your life like you never have ever experienced before. I thought this word was so beautiful, and God confirmed it, because my daughter and I were watching The Chosen, and when He had been giving me this word a while, quite some time ago, I just hadn't worked on it yet. I wanted God to continue to, download unto me what it was He wanted me to share. And so when He confirmed it, as my daughter and I were watching The Chosen, and it had gotten to that part where He started talking about that, and I was like, okay, God, you're ready. You're ready for me to go ahead and release. And then not long after that, that same day, that same night, this woman who I follow on YouTube, she's an amazing woman of God. Corinne, you know who you are. She's an amazing woman of God. And her teaching that God had released her to release to the body of Christ, she had started talking about the new wine. And I was like, oh yeah, God, you didn't confirm that twice. So I'm just sharing unto you what God, the beautiful, awesome power and beautiful heart of our Father, and what He wants to do for us as His children. He loves us so much, and He wants to enrich our lives in ways that will blow our mind. He wants to give us those new things and show us the new things in life. He said, I'm doing a new thing. Allow Him to do the new thing in you. I love you. I'm praying for you. And until He gives me something else to release to the body of Christ, stay blessed and stay encouraged.